Hi, welcome back to Ecotourism Bali's podcast member feature. My name is Diva and I'll be your host. And right now I'm at Soulshine Bali with Sarah and Michael Frenti. How are you guys?
We're doing great.
Thanks for
it's
having
a beautiful
us.
day.
It's a beautiful day indeed. So would you guys like to introduce yourselves to the audience?
Sure. I'm Michael Franti and I'm a musician and hotelier. And I first came to Bali in 2006 and I fell in love with the culture here. And especially learning about the idea of Trihita Karana, connection from human to human and human to nature and human to spirit. And so we built Soulshine Bali as a playground for the soul, where people can connect and that spirit of Trihita Karana.
Ah, I see. What about you?
And I'm Sarah Agafranti. My background, I was a nurse for 10 years and I found myself into entrepreneurship. I've done so many different things, from online e-commerce businesses. We have a nonprofit based in the America where we send people who are dying to live shows. And now we find ourselves in the beautiful island of Bali as owners of Soulshine. So we're excited to be here and to be in Bali on this beautiful day.
How would you guys like it so far in Bali?
I absolutely love it. I think that not only, personally for me, it's helped me to grow and reimagine my life in different ways. But I feel like the culture of Bali is something that the whole world can learn from. And the way that people work together in communities within the Banjar system to really self-govern and take care of themselves is a great example for how people can do it in the rest of the world. Bali also has, as I mentioned, this idea of Trihita Kanana, human and nature and spirit and God. Which is also a really important message for the world today. And Bali has can be an example for how we can learn.
Yeah.
And that's something that is really important for me right now. It's like, we see the issues that Bali faces today ecologically, just deforestation all around Indonesia, but plastics, pollution, air pollution. And we see growth. We see little bits of change that are happening on the island. The elimination of plastic bags and how people are now taking care of the rivers and being more mindful of how we build. And so I feel like those things are things that the world, again, can also learn from.
Ah, I see.
Also, the mindfulness of this island and the culture and tradition is very humbling, and it feels very close to home as to who we are, as how we were raised in our families, giving back. Our parents, both as growing up in separate families, both taught us about the purpose of life is to give back, and you see that every day here in Bali.
Correct.
And I think it's so grounding for us. We love when we work with our management team and we reference the Balinese calendar on when we should start an employee contract. We love when we're celebrating the Balinese traditions and ceremonies and temple ceremonies, and we don't take it lightly. We really find it as time to being able to ground and be mindful in what we're doing, and then that just translates into how we're business owners here.
That's so great. That's really good to hear. So talking about Trihita Karana, it's often related to sustainability. So how important is it for Soulshine Bali to implement sustainability here?
Well, first of all, we're guests on this island, and so we want to make our time here, make the island be a better place than be a worse place. And so sustainability is super important. And the number one way that we found to practice sustainability is to leave nature be. So we made a commitment when we started that we would only build on 50% of the land, but it's actually, now that we've acquired more land, it's actually more like we've only built on about 20% of the land. And to see nature work, these rice fields that we've taken on as stewards today have been here for 700 years.
Oh, okay.
Knowing that there have been people before our team who took care of these terraces, weren't using pesticides, were using natural means, really makes us feel a responsibility to that. And for our guests coming here, it's equally beneficial because they get to experience what it's really like to connect to nature here, to see butterflies, to see worms, to see mud and to put your feet in, and to touch the rice as it's growing, and to cut the rice and plant the rice. and then come to our restaurant and eat the rice. It makes people have a really deep appreciation for that. There's other things that we do sustainably that have helped us to evolve as a business. One is elimination of plastics.
Okay.
Not using plastic bags, not using plastic straws, trying the best that we can and not buy products for our kitchen that come in plastics. And then also our system of composting. So rather than just taking all the debris and burning it in the rice fields, the organic debris, we now compost it all. We have 2 massive compost systems that then feed our farm.
I see. This is actually my first time coming here, and the first impression that I got, holy moly, it's so beautiful, and the rice fields and the nature and everything. You can actually hear the sounds of the birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
I mean, we see for us, sustainability means responsible business.
Yep.
And so it's not just, like, as Michael said, you hit all of these points of, like, you know, being environmentally, having a positive impact, but it's also, what are you doing for your community? And so we work very closely with our Bonjar, as Michael mentioned. We work very closely with our neighbors. We want to make sure that we hire first from our village and then expand outward. And because it's like, as you said, it's like we're trying to leave a positive impact, and that begins from the nucleus, from inside the business out. And so we're really proud of the initiatives that we've already taken on and the things that we're learning and putting into place. And we're excited about what else we can do too. So
yeah, that's really great to hear that some of the accommodations in Bali have started to be sustainable. Okay, and you guys got gold badge, right? On the Eco-Climate badge. So how is the process? What did you guys have to prepare in advance?
Well, we've been in business for, 15 years. And so we've always had this principle of value of responsible, sustainable business. So we already had a lot of activations in place. And so the biggest thing was actually just documenting it all and being able to go through and document so that we can report it. Having a nursing background, that's always really important to me. So I love that we had this great purpose of putting the documentation in place. And now our team sees that process and sees the value in it. And so now we can tell that story on a bigger scale. So
I see.
I think that may have been the greatest challenge, but also one of the most fun things to do.
I would also add that we feel like it's a never-ending journey.
Yeah.
You know, we're constantly consuming here. We're using electricity. We have, you know, vehicles. We have food that we're serving. There's so many ways that we're consuming energy. And there's so many ways that we can improve. And so every year and every month, we're just trying to take a look. What is one element that we can improve on? We have a little bit of solar here. We'd love to have a lot more solar than what we have. And that's probably the biggest one. But it's especially the learning is what we thrive on. And our team is coming to us all the time with great ideas. So.
Yeah,
agreed.
Yeah, and I think when you go through this process, working with ecotourism and doing that reflection and doing the documentation, it allows you to see, like, okay, we're doing this, that's amazing. Like, high five to everyone, and what else can we do? And it gets us really excited about it.
Correct, because there are so many people who are scared to tag the badge. Actually, because, oh, I haven't done anything, I haven't done this, I haven't done that. I mean, it's not. Sustainability is not a finish line. It's like what you said, it's a journey. So why didn't you start now?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Next.
We like to say, start small, think big.
Is that the tagline for Soulshine, Bali?
No, but I have a song called Start Small.
Oh.
and it really,
it was our tagline for COVID.
But
tough times.
Really, you know, all of us, not only as businesses, but as individuals, we get to look at ourselves every day and we say, how are we showing up for ourselves and for the planet and for our families and for our communities? And what are little things that we can do each day to make a difference then we can look back and go, wow, remember we were doing that.
Yeah.
A big step for us recently is that we created a new sewage treatment facility that's under that deck over there. And it's 3 large composting for all of the sewage that
Compartments.
compartments. Yeah, and so it uses a clean, healthy bacteria that eats it in the most dirty tank, and then it moves to a maybe less dirty tank, and then it comes out as gray water, and it feeds our rice fields.
And all of our grass and our gardens, and so we get to recycle that water while we create such a beautiful space for our guests. So it means a lot to our guests to know that, and I think that's one of the questions coming up. But I think it's one of the reasons why we are happy and we want to be leaders in sustainability and hospitality. And sometimes there's a fear around it, like it's going to cost a lot of money, or what can I do, or what shouldn't I do? But when you tell that story, your guests want to be part of it. They want to know that they're also making decisions that are positively impactful to the world and to the communities that they're visiting. So.
Yeah. Also, just from an economic standpoint, some of the things that we implement, they do have a startup cost, but over the course of time,
it's like investing.
We're investing.
Yeah.
You know, and just even eliminating the plastics that we do means that we're not required to have as many trucks come here to haul plastic away to landfills, and that all adds up. And it's a cost every month.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really great to hear, guys. Okay, and so the next question would be detailed guideline. So like what you said, sustainability is a journey, and there's always something to improve. So how has our detailed guideline helped you guys during the improvement for your sustainability in Soulshine Bali?
I think the main thing is that you provide incentive and markers and encouragement for businesses to do this in Bali. And everybody is operating each business in their own little ecosphere.
Yeah.
And when you know that there's a larger body and an organization out there that we can be a part of, that encourages us to do this, and helps to spread the word about what we're doing, and helps to spread the word around the world about how Bali is and the things that we are doing in Bali to make Bali be better. It helps to make more people want to come here, and more people want to come to our business. And at the end of the day, it's helpful for us. And so we're grateful for the work that you guys do and the encouragement that you give, not only to our business, but to other businesses and to the nation.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys have areas that you guys are currently improving, and how's it going so far?
So some initiatives that we're really excited and we've started to work on and are in the planning phases of is increasing our solar panels for energy consumption. We know that that's a big problem. Also, water usage. You know that the groundwater reserves is being depleted at really alarming rates here in Bali. And so we're implementing rainwater catchment here on this property. And then the other use for water usage is changing all of our septic systems to the biotanks, so that we have the gray water that we could be reusing on the property rather than tapping into the groundwater reserves. So we're already in that phase with Michael had mentioned with our first STP big tank that we had just changed. But we're excited about it, and I think now I particularly am really excited about the rainwater catchment, to be honest, knowing how much rain we got in the last rainy season, knowing that we can help build this reserve. And again, it's creating not being part of the problem and actually trying to make things better. And then lastly, which is a commitment we've always had, is not building on more than 50% of our land. And that's really been valuable. We're stewards of this land. We're taking it very seriously on protecting the rice fields around us, not just to have green space, but to keep the heritage of Bali alive. We have a CSR account. We donate, or we put in 3% of our profit into the CSR account. And we fund maternal care here on the island, cultural preservation, and so that includes education of culture and preservation of culture, and then also environmental impact. So it's been meaningful to our team to also know that the work they're doing is also contributing to this work here.
That's amazing. For the rainwater catchment, right? I just heard about it too, and it's really great. It's a good idea to implement, actually.
Yes,
Okay. So next question, we get into the self-assessment ones. It's about resource conservation, and that's the highest that you guys get. So could you share an example of how it has helped you guys to reduce your operational costs.
One of the ways that we practice resource conservation here is to grow food. And we have acres and acres of rice fields, but we also grow our garden, fruits and vegetables, our morning flowers for offerings, as well as mint for teas and lemongrass, a whole wide variety of vegetables. And the way that it really serves us in doing that is our guests can take a cooking class, go to the garden, pick the vegetables themselves, and then make food from it. And a lot of the food or all of the food that we grow on site goes into the kitchen, and it provides a lot. So it actually lowers our food costs.
Oh, there's a cooking class?
Yes.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
So they get to pick the food from the garden themselves, and then they can cook it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And they'll learn like Balinese dishes, and they get to take that home. So.
And then they can also do a rice walk where we take them through the whole process of growing rice, from planting the first seeds to then taking the longer stalks, separating them out into the fields, getting in the mud, planting the rice, seeing how the rice is cultivated during the time in between harvest, and then actually cutting the rice. And so it's a great way for people to really experience how every single grain of rice that we eat takes an incredible amount of natural energy, unhuman energy to produce. And they help us by doing it because the rice goes into our kitchen.
We often tell our guests, we're like, learn about the rice, the history of rice, the traditions. You will never take a single grain of rice for granted again once you come back to the restaurant for lunch or go home.
You know, there's this myth in Indonesia where if the kids don't eat their rice, the rice are gonna cry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they're like guilty, like, okay, I'm gonna eat all the rice. Like that.
Yeah, I mean, I would cry knowing how much work
We're
it
gonna have
was.
to tell our 6-year-old that.
Okay, so how did the guests find this experience of like learning how to harvest the rice and then picking up the food themselves and cooking?
I mean,
class?
they love it. They love it because it's something most of our guests come from North America or Australia, and you don't get that opportunity. You go to your grocery store, you don't know where your food comes from, you don't know how it's grown. And so they just love that they're able to see from seed to table, really, like where their food is coming from. They get to meet the farmers who work the land, or gardeners who work the land. They get to share their stories, and I think it just creates a more mindful, as I mentioned, a more mindful and meaningful experience.
Now, a lot of them tell us that it's the favorite part of their stay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe if I stayed here one day, I'll go check out that cooking class because that's cool. It's Balinese food, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
It's very good food, very delicious.
Okay. So next one will be the pollution reduction. So what measures have been taken in managing your waste and disposal at Soulshine Bali? And how do you say that our efforts is a success?
Yes. When we first started here, it was in 2007. I bought the land and I started building. And there was a bunch of overgrown banana trees, like vines. I had to chop my way through it and found a little place where we were going to build the first 5 rooms. And as we started building, we were like, what do we do with our debris? And we just started putting it in a corner. And within a few days, we had this large mound of plastic. And we were like, what do we do with it? We didn't know if there was a garbage removal service. We saw other people in the community just burning their garbage, and we thought that's not how we
that's
wanna
not,
do it. And so it became very obvious for me that the way to do it was to not use the plastics. Plastic doesn't become plastic or it doesn't become a problem after we use it. Plastic becomes a problem as soon as it is made. As soon as the company that makes the plastic makes the bottle, it is pollution to the world.
Yep.
And so if we don't buy those products and we use sustainable ones, or when we use the bamboo straws that we use in our kitchen,
I saw.
We eliminate the need for then trucking it, taking it away to landfills. And I, during that time, was very curious about what it was like at the landfills. So I took a trip and I went and visited the landfills, and I was just horrified at how many, hectare after hectare after hectare of like plastic and debris that there was, and then when you think that how that's magnified all around the world, it's not just Bali, it's not just Indonesia, it's every country in the world that is doing that. We really have to think of new ways that we can do that, and so we're excited now to see how there's the biodegradable plastic, some kind of bags that
compostable
material, and that has made a huge difference, and we've seen it in Bali. When I first came here, you'd see the plastic bags everywhere, and now you see a lot less of it. And now the ocean is the next place. We have to do more plastic catchment in the rivers to prevent the debris from going there, and then encourage other countries, because a lot of the plastic that we see at the beach in Bali is coming through the Gulf Stream to other countries. So.
Yeah. And then also just being a resort and hotel, there's things that we do here like that I didn't even realize before made a difference. The kind of towels that you use, how much water it might need to be washed or energy it requires to be dried. We consider those things at the housekeeping department. We don't change the sheets every day for our guests. We have a standard policy to change the sheets every 3 days. The guests can then ask if they need something done before that. But it's like if you're at home, you don't wash your sheets every day, so why would you necessarily need that here? And so it's just it feels like a small request or a small standard or policy, but it actually makes a huge difference when you run the numbers on what it means on saving on energy consumption and water usage. And so we're excited about it. And again, like no one has ever complained about it. Everybody loves it. Hang your towels if you're not going to use them. Makes a huge difference on the property. Put the recycled items that you have in a specific bin. We have 2 kinds of composting here on the property. So it's small steps that you just have to put the policy in place. It won't make that much of a difference to your guest experience, and if anything, the story elevates it, makes a huge difference in terms of our consumption.
And it's simple policy anyway. So it's not really hard to do.
No, it's just a matter of doing it, but learning about it. And what I wanted to say was, like, what we tell our guests here is, I had read a study. It said the average 4-year-old has 10,000 unique movements. The average adult only has 4,000 unique movements. And we get so afraid based on societal pressures or whatever it is to kind of like become more insular and inward and stagnant. And so we become afraid to try new things. And I think that also is trying new things in different areas. So let's say if we talk about sustainability, if you're like, well, I don't know what to do and I'm afraid to ask. And that's why it's so important to have organizations like yourself to provide the tools and not judge and say, okay, it's like, you don't feel like you're doing anything? Let's do an assessment. It's not a judgment thing. It's like, let's see where you're at and let's see where we can go together. And I think that's so important. It's like, don't judge anyone for where they're at. It's like, meet people where they're at and show them where they can go. So
that's correct. That's beautifully phrased. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So you said that 50% of the area is nature, right? So how do you guys manage the impact of your accommodations activities on the surroundings, environment, and biodiversity?
Well, biodiversity is super important. If you have just one crop that's growing in the gardens, it depletes the nutrients of the soil. If you have many plants, then you have bees, insects, different types of things that are falling that are organic matter that's serving the whole thing. And it's kind of like humanity when we really, like in Indonesia, the idea of out of many one, when we have all these different cultures and all different people thinking and working together, we can come up with solutions. Nature is already doing that. So the more that we plant different varieties of trees and grow different varieties of foods, the better off we are.
Yeah. And every year we work with our gardening teams and plant different types of trees. What we actually did is created a walking path through the rice field, specifically so our guests can freely walk through, and then also on the perimeter of our property. And we're making an intentional effort to every year plant more and more fruit trees too. So it's not just green vegetation, but it's fruits that you can see and that we actually harvest and bring into our restaurant. And again, how cool for us to be having rambutan in the morning and telling the story of our guests, like, that's the rambutan tree that it came from. And actually, a few days ago, there was a monkey in it trying to steal some rambutans. And so it's such an impactful thing to the environment. It's great storytelling. It's an experience that a lot of our guests don't get when they're at home. And when we're thinking about activities and services, we always think with our team, like, well, what is it? Why would they want to come here? Like, what can we offer them that they can't get at home? And some of these are again, the simple measures. So I've requested some mangosteen trees to be planted here, one of my favorite fruits. So I know that our team's on the hunt for it.
I see. Yeah, I mean, it's really beautiful what you guys done here, and I've never seen it anywhere other than the Jati Louis rice fields, right? So yeah, I think this is a great initiative. Okay, so next to the last self-assessment questions, it's about social benefits. So how important is it for Soulshine Bali to collaborate with the local business and community?
It's 100%. It's the top thing. Whenever we're looking for a vendor for anything, whether it's uniforms, it's a supplier for a restaurant, it's furniture for a new room, our request is always, like, we seek an Indonesian-owned business first, a Balinese business first, to see what resources are available, and it's always our go-to. No matter how many people approach us and pitch us with their product, we always want to go local
And
first.
specifically right here in the community of Bangkilasan, which is our banjar that we're part of, we work with the drivers from this community, we work with the stone carvers, the wood carvers, artists, the local artists. Every Wednesday we have an artisan market here, so our guests can come and buy products, handicrafts, foods from the local community. That we do it here.
And the vendors, the artisans who come and sell their art are from this village, not just from Mas, but from Bangkilasan. Also, we provide a cultural dinner experience for our guests here, and again, we work with the Banjar. They do an incredible performance here, different dances, and so it's just great education, awareness, and partnership. I love, like, a lot of our guests will come back and say, our driver came back and just told us how much they love Soulshine and being part of the Soulshine family, and how much they are happy that you guys are part of the community. And nothing is a greater compliment than that, to know that the community who has been here for generations, their families, are happy that you're here.
Okay, so 100% with the locals, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, of course, because support your local business.
That's one of our responsible business initiatives. So
love to hear that. Okay, so the last two questions. What has been the most memorable aspect of obtaining Eco-Climate Badge?
Well, we received the badge in October, and we all know documentation is not easy, so we really thank the team for going above and beyond to do their due diligence and do the work to document and submit all the paperwork. And yes, it's amazing to receive recognition for what we've done, but the most amazing thing is that it's actually just created momentum here within the Soulshine family and the team members of what more can we do, and what can we do now, what can we do in the future, and make that plan. And so the momentum and the excitement that it's generated here on the property is the most memorable, and I think the most important thing for us in receiving this badge.
And hopefully it is a small example to other businesses who come to the island, people who are starting out, to think how to integrate sustainability into your business from the very start.
I see.
Yeah.
Yes, hopefully this could be a start for other hotels and accommodations to start their journey. Yes, thank you. So on a scale from 1 to 10, how would you recommend Eco-Climate Badge to other hotels who are still...
Eddie?
10! It's been such a great process. It's a great process of receiving support and learning and...
Encouragement is the main thing. It's like, you know, in the world right now, there's so much need and urgency for us all to be doing things to help protect the environment. And at the same time, there's so much on the other side that is just like saying, let's just keep going the way we are. And so we need encouragement. All of us need encouragement. And we are very grateful for Ika2s in Bali for being that, and being that resource for businesses and for individuals to be our best and try to make Bali to be the best that it can be.
Yeah, we believe that if we reward those who are implementing the sustainability, they should be rewarded. That there should be a recognition so they can do more and inspire others to do the same. Okay, what I'm getting is that Soulshine Bali believes that sustainability is indeed a journey, and the self-assessment is for you to see where you at, right, and not and then see where you have to go in order to be in the journey. And you guys have been doing it for so long, and you guys know and aware that you're still improving, and that's a really good thing, because just like what you said, what was it again? Sorry.
Think big.
Think big
And start small.
Start small.
There's
Yeah.
always something that we can do. There's a part that we can
Yeah.
play.
Yeah, and I like Soulshine Bali's tagline actually.
Yeah.
Soulshine Bali is a playground for
We're-
the soul,
Yeah,
right?
Playground for your soul. We're here to inspire.
Yeah, the
And Bali is one of the
activities.
most beautiful places in the world, one of the most beautiful naturally and culturally. And when we work to protect the nature, then it provides opportunity for people to grow economically and have the sustainability. And so when we do that, all those three things work together. And that's the Trihita Karana, human
Yeah,
human
correct.
nature and human spirit.
Well,
So we're here. We're here cheering you guys on too. And Soulshine's proud to be one of the champions for the work that you guys do.
Yay! Okay, so guys, if our audience wants to stay at Soulshine Bali, where can they go?
Yeah. Go to soulshinebali.com and you'll find out about all the different retreats, overnight stays, spa, restaurant, all the different offerings that we have. And especially the music. We do lots of concerts.
Do you sing too?
Yes.
Here? Oh, maybe if you're lucky, you can catch Michael.
And or follow our Instagram account,
Yeah.
Soulshine Bali.
Oh,
Thanks for having us.
thank you for having me. Actually.
welcome.
So guys, thank you so much for today and to be interviewed by us. It's really such an honor and a pleasure to be here. And guys, thank you so much for watching us today. See you at the next member feature. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.